What is going on, people? Five Sports Hot back at it to talk sports, and today's topic is going to be revolving around a trade rumor that's been surfacing for about, I don't know, 6 months, and that's going to be talking about Dwight Howard. And I ask you the simple question, where do you think Dwight Howard should go? And I'll give you my list of the top 5 candidates for Dwight Howard and where I think he'll end up. So let's start right off the bat with the LA Lakers, whose current trade offer I would assume includes Pau Gasol and Andrew Bynum. If I'm the Lakers, I would glance at that trade for a little bit, but I ultimately would refuse. Andrew Bynum has come into his own. He's averaging 16 points and 13 rebounds. He's been a flat-out beast this year. And Dwight Howard really isn't that much better. I mean, 20 and 16, yeah, he's the best big man in the game, but that's only by default because there's a deficiency of centers in the league. But anyway, the point is, Pau Gasol and Andrew Bynum combined, don't think they're better than Dwight Howard. If I'm the Lakers, I don't think I'm that much better with an aging Kobe and a Dwight Howard than I am with Pau Gasol, Andrew Bynum, and Kobe Bryant. Moving on, the Clippers. I've heard rumors that Orlando Magic would want Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan for Dwight Howard. Hold up, are you kidding me? Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan? If I'm the Clippers, I don't even pick up the phone. I would laugh at this offer. I am not touching Blake Griffin. I am not letting him go anywhere. His potential is way higher than Dwight Howard's will ever be. I think Dwight Howard's in his prime right now, and that's probably the best we're going to see of him. I mean, 20 and 16, that's right around what he's averaged his whole career. And he's been in the league for, 8-9 years now. But Blake Griffin, who's got averaging this year like 23 and 11, I am not letting the Magic touch Blake Griffin. He's not going anywhere. I'm tossing that trade rumor out the window right now. And then we have a dark horse in the Dallas Mavericks, who I don't think can acquire Dwight Howard via trade because they don't have any valuable assets to offer the Magic in young pieces and draft picks. Maybe I could see them packaging something like a Lamar Odom, Sean Marion, and a Roddy Bobois, but highly unlikely. I think the only way they acquire Dwight Howard would be through free agency. So that would make them an unlikely candidate, even though they do have the money set up for next year. And then we're down to our top 2, and I'll go with number 2 right now, which would be the New York Knicks. And this is the very latest trade offer that has come out right now, as involves Amari Stoudemire and Tyson Chandler for Dwight Howard. Now that's not a trade that's straight up proposed. It's just an idea that's been tossed around because the Magic have inquired about the trade. They're trying to gauge what they can acquire for Dwight Howard as this March 15th trade deadline approaches. I looked at this trade many times, and the more I look at it, the more I hate it for the Knicks. Basically, you're down to Carmelo Anthony and Dwight Howard, and that would mean you're down to one injury to Dwight Howard from being down to your third string center. That just shouldn't happen. I mean, there's no depth with the Knicks, and you're losing 2 6'11" and a 7'1" post player for Dwight Howard. I mean, how much better are you going to get? And if you're the Magic, I mean, why would you do this to trade? You got Tyson Chandler, who's on a bloated, overpaid contract for about 4 years and $60 million, and you got Amari, who's having arguably the worst year of his career, averaging just 17.6 points, 8.8 rebounds, and adds to the fact that he's had multiple knee surgeries and an eye problem. So if I'm the Magic, I would actually want young players and draft picks instead of 2 old, not old relatively, I guess, just, middle of the hill guys. I'll bet one's an all-star, but still. And then my top choice, the New Jersey Nets, who I think will ultimately land Dwight Howard via trade or free agency, whatnot. But this trade was almost a for sure until Brook Lopez broke his foot. And the rest was history because the Magic put down the phone. But Lopez is expected to be back late February, early March, right around the trade deadline. And prior to Lopez getting hurt, the Nets were offering Lopez and 5 first-round draft picks. If I'm the Magic, I would jump on that ASAP, and I would ship Dwight Howard the next day. That is way too many draft picks to turn down. I like the trade for the Nets. I think Deron Williams and Dwight Howard is the best pair that can happen out of all these scenarios, and I think add a couple of pieces, a couple of shooters, maybe a third, not a star player, but a decent role player, and you've got yourself a pretty good team.